does the thought of allowing guests to make song requests at your wedding terrify you? Or is the prospect of sharing the musical curation with your guests exciting? Today, we will cover the pros and cons of allowing your guests to make song requests at your wedding. Hey friends, it's Franco with Show Me Sound back again with another wedding tip video to help you plan for your big day. Today we are talking about the pros and the cons of allowing your guests to make song requests at your wedding. Let's go ahead and dive right in with the pros. One of the largest pros to allowing song requests at your wedding is, of course, if your guest makes that song request, the chances that they will be on the dance floor when that song is played is very high. If they're going out of their way and taking their time to go up to your DJ to ask them to play a particular song, then you can rest assured that they are going to feel some sense of obligation to get out there on the dance floor when that song is played. Another large pro of allowing song requests at your wedding is if your guest does make a request and it gets played, they are going to feel heard and they're going to feel like they are a part of creating the musical experience for everyone in attendance. Encouraging your friends and family to make song requests at your wedding is essentially letting them play a small role in the entertainment of the entire night, which can make them feel special. I can recall a ton of times when someone has come up to the DJ booth to make a song request, and as soon as that song is played, they're the first people out there on the dance floor, hyping everyone else up, saying, "Hey, I asked for this song. The DJ's playing my song." It makes them feel special in that moment, and it definitely helps elevate the energy on the dance floor. Another reason why you may want to consider incorporating song requests at your wedding is it will directly impact the feedback that you hear from your guests after everything is said and done. In my experience, the feedback that most guests will give with regard to the entertainment that you've hired for the evening is less related to your DJ's technical abilities when it comes to actually properly mixing music, and more related to whether or not they heard the music that they wanted to hear. So generally speaking, if your guests are hearing the songs that they want to listen to, your feedback that you get from them is going to be generally positive. It is definitely the DJ's job to skillfully mix between the eclectic mix of requests that they might receive throughout the evening. Now that we have the pros out of the way, let's dive into some of the cons behind allowing song requests at your wedding. The first con is related to patience. When someone makes a song request, typically they're not asking for your DJ to play that song in the next hour or so. Generally speaking, they want to hear that song next. As a DJ, it is our job to create a seamless musical experience for your guests, and that definitely means playing the right songs at the right time. If there are a ton of guests at your wedding asking for a variety of different songs to be played, it can definitely create a scenario of too many cooks in the kitchen. With all of this additional musical input, it can definitely throw off the rhythm or the flow that your DJ is trying to create in the room, especially if there's a wide variety of musical preferences among the guests in attendance. And unfortunately, the end result is a dance floor experience that is anything but seamless. Don't get me wrong, changing up the music is crucial in making sure that everyone has a good time, just from the nature of there being a variety of musical preferences in the room. But changing the pace or the direction of the musical flow at the wrong time can definitely be counterproductive to building an awesome dance floor experience. If your mix becomes too unpredictable, your guests are not going to feel comfortable staying on that dance floor. Another con to allowing guest song requests at your wedding is that every time a guest comes up to talk to your DJ to make a song request, they're actually distracting them from reading what's happening in the room, reading how people are responding to the song that's currently playing, because they're having a side conversation with one of your guests. Along those lines as well, maybe a song that's currently playing might have to play for an additional verse or an additional chorus because they are distracted in that moment trying to facilitate those requests. It is your DJ's job to analyze the dance floor at all times to see how your guests are responding to the music that is playing, because that analysis of what's going on out on the dance floor directly impacts the song selections that will follow. The last con that needs to be discussed in this video is the fact that your DJ is the one that is playing the musical gatekeeper for the evening. I highly encourage every couple that I work with to come up with some sort of do not playlist, whether it's a list of genres that they don't want to hear, artists, songs, whatever makes sense for them. But as the DJ, when one of their guests comes up and asks for something that might be on their do not playlist, the DJ is the last line of musical defense. We all know that no one likes to hear the words no, and making sure that you've hired a DJ that can tactfully turn down song requests from your guests is very important. This may be something you want to talk about with your DJ ahead of time, especially if you know that you will have guests in attendance that might be asking for music that you'd rather not hear at your wedding. And also talk to your DJ about how they plan to tactfully turn those requests down so your guests do not feel snubbed. We've covered a number of pros and cons when it comes to allowing guest song requests at your wedding, but I'm going to take a moment and elaborate a little bit on my recommendation based off of the weddings that I have worked, that I've seen the best results. Encouraging song requests can make your guests feel incredibly special, considering this is one of the most important days of your life. That being said, your guests were not a part of the conversations and the planning leading up to your special day. So you definitely need to set your preferences as the priority. You don't get to do this day again, so you want to make sure that you're hearing the music that you actually want to hear. The unfortunate reality is there are plenty of times that guest requests simply are not aligned with your musical preferences. That being the case, my recommendation that I highly encourage you consider is including the opportunity for your guests to make song requests in advance of the wedding, whether that be on your wedding invitations or maybe something that you float out to your group chat asking people in your wedding party some songs that they'd like to hear. The reason behind this is that it gives you veto power to put a strike through any songs that you don't want to hear before you send those requests over to your DJ. Another strong recommendation I have is that your DJ, when they go ahead and open up your dance floor, they don't announce to the entire room, "Hey everyone, we're getting this party started. If you have any song requests, please let me know." Instead, we let those things happen organically, because at the end of the day, if a guest does come over and they make a song request and the song that they've requested is something that the DJ feels is a good fit and in alignment with your musical preferences, they can just say yes. That guest still feels special and you still get to hear the music that you want to hear on your wedding. But ultimately, when it comes to song requests, the exchange, the communication with your guests needs to be handled professionally and tactfully, and that is why it is so important to make sure that you are hiring a professional DJ that has handled these conversations before. And at the end of the day, please remember that this is your wedding. Everyone is there to see you, and at the end of the day, your friends, your family, everyone that's there celebrating your big day, these are people that care about you. And if they see that you're having a good time and enjoying yourself, it's going to help them enjoy the experience, whether they're a fan of the music that's being played or not. As always, if you find someone who might find value from this video, please share it with them. And of course, if you have any wedding related questions that you would like answered in a future video, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.